Chapter 56. Moses' account of the creation. After this instructive talk, of which Kisjonah said that it left him no further question, the coming day began to dawn in the east. And on the mountain peak, where we were quite snug, a very cool morning breeze crept in, and Kisjonah suggested we should move down to the nearest alpine hut until the sun came up. I said, let's leave that. This light morning frost at this height will actually harm no one, but rather strengthen everyone's limbs. Besides, it won't last long, and has to be so, otherwise a certain variety of spirits, not to be described further here, would bring bad weather for the day, if not prevented from rising by the powerful peace spirits. Kisjonah was reassured, and we tarried on the mountain peak until midday. After midday, however, we moved down to the Alpine Ranch again, where we stayed another 2 days, with all sorts of discussions about man's life responsibility and the nature of the earth, the stars, and all kinds of other things. Much of it was beyond the rather dull section of the Jews and the Pharisees who remained with me. But they did not argue about anything, because these Jews and Pharisees, who had turned my way already on the day of my first visit at the tax collector Kisjonah's house, in reality were more awake and better spirits and more sober thinkers, and had already a high opinion of me, and received my word as godly. These are therefore not to be compared with those driven back to Capernaum, nor with those who 4 days earlier had been driven down to the lowland by the mountain's liveliness. But although the above-mentioned better Jews and Pharisees already were quite firm followers of mine, they shrugged their shoulders at some explanations about the true and graduated coming into being of the creation of the earth and all things in and upon it, as also about countless other heavenly bodies, saying among themselves, "Is not this diametrically opposed to Moses? Where are the 6 days of creation, and where the Sabbath on which God rested? What is then Moses' account of the coming into being of all that comprises all parts of the world? If this worker of miracles from Nazareth now gives us a completely different teaching, making Moses obsolete, then what should we say to that? But if he disposes of Moses, then he also disposes of all the prophets, and ultimately even of himself. Because if there is no Moses, then the prophets are also nothing, and therefore also the expected Messiah, whom he purports to be. Yet, basically, this teaching is correct, and it could easily be with the creation as he explained it now, rather than Moses' account,